Hey everyone, I am coming to you today with a video in honor of the great comic John Witherspoon. He transitioned to glory and he made one last video. His video was how to make poor man's gumbo. And so it became a hot topic at work, and some of my coworkers were like, hey, why don't you let me know how to do your version of the shorter version of gumbo, because depending on how you do it, it can be a lengthy process. But I'm gonna call mine, I believe, Tired Mama's Gumbo, because I was very tired. I just come back from being in San Antonio for a majority of the week, and I came straight home, went to the grocery store, got everything, and made my family some gumbo for these chilly nights that we've had. So with no further ado, here is my version of Tired Mama's Gumbo. Rest in heaven, John Witherspoon. The first thing I did was pull out my food processor because I did not want to work too hard. So I put my onion and my garlic and my bell pepper in there, and I kind of pulsated it to chop it up to the consistency that I wanted. So now I take out my copper pot. It's already on the fire heating up, and I'm gonna put my vegetable oil in there. And want to heat up your vegetable oil prior to putting in your flour. I just use gold medal all-purpose flour. I've used it all my life. And this is how I'm gonna make my roux. I didn't really measure anything, but based on how much gumbo you're gonna make and how big your pot is, will depend on how much flour you use. I just kind of feel it. I've been making roux for gravies all my life, so I knew about how much I wanted to make for the gumbo for this size pot that I have. Rule number one for making roux for gravy or for gumbo is you have to stir constantly. You have to babysit it. This is the process that can add a little time if you're making roux or making roux for your gravy or gumbo or whatever you're gonna make it for. But this is something you have to babysit because you can burn roux. And I just wanted a dark, rich brown color for my gumbo. I didn't want it too dark. Tired mamas sometimes don't feel like making roux, so they do make some and they sell it in the store pre-made. All you do is open it up and pour the oil off into a bowl and put it to the side. Don't throw it away because you need to put that oil back in there once you're done getting your gumbo or your gravy to the consistent brown and thickness that you want. But yeah, that's another way that you can cut a corner, to make the gumbo or your gravy even faster. A couple of things that I'm doing different. I'm putting my onions, bell pepper, and garlic in my roux because I'm a tired mama and I'm trying to speed things along. I normally boil my chicken with these vegetables to make a stock and then do the roux later. But as you can see, I've already started the roux process. My water is boiling. And once that water is boiling, this is probably the best invention in the world, an electric kettle. Once that water is boiling, it's time to pour it in so that you can start making your gravy for your gumbo. And once I've done that, now I put in my skinned leg quarters. I pulled the skin off because I didn't want it too greasy. And I put it in and I put the lid on it and I let it cook for a little while I go to the side and I chop up this wonderful sausage. This is my first time using Eddie's smoked sausage and it did not disappoint. Okay, so let's talk about the seasonings. I start off with some chicken bouillon, some Tony Satcheris, black pepper, and some Cajun red pepper to give it a kick. I'm using Kroger brand basmati rice, and I'm learning that people leave this step out. A lot of people don't wash their rice. I will always wash my rice before I cook it. All right, so now it's time for Mama to take a little break. The chicken is falling off the bone, the sausage is in, the rice is cooking, and now it's time to clean, the shrimp and devein the shrimp. Even though it's pretty clean, I'm gonna clean it again. If you don't like seafood, just leave this step out. I found this wild caught claw crab meat at Kroger, so I'm going to use it. And that's the last thing that I put in my gumbo is the seafood, because you don't want to overcook it. So you put your shrimp in and your crab meat or your crawfish if you're going to do a seafood gumbo, and then you let everything simmer. So everything has been simmering for another 10 minutes after I put the shrimp in, and it's cooking rapidly. So it's not gonna take long for the shrimp and the crab to be completely done. But it looks like, oh yeah, it's ready. Oh my God, I wish you could smell the aroma in this house. So there's my rice. Oh, that rice came out so pretty and fluffy. Yes, the best part. I believe Mr. John Witherspoon will be proud that this tired mama gumbo came out pretty good. Wow. Yes, Lord. Oof, I wish you could smell it. Thanks for watching. Till next time, bon appetit.